I'm so happy and I'm delighted. I've been following racing all my life, but to see a short track racer go to Talladega to race is a dream come true. And that dream involves a couple of my friends and some folks close by to Myrtle Beach. Ricky Benton is providing a car for Timothy Peters, the man that won the Icebreaker back in February, to go to the big oval in Alabama.
I mean, you take a super speedway where I feel pretty comfortable at. You know, you take a short track guy and it's kind of, you know, what are you talking about? But ever since that I've been able to race a truck on a super speedway, I've had a lot of success. Is there any question or any doubt in my mind that I can hang with them? It's no doubt. It's no question. I know that I can hang with those guys, but it's all about getting out there and showing them that I'm not a rookie. I've had success. I've won truck races on super speedways, and I'm hoping that I can take that and race with them with our Advanced Auto Parts, Black's Tire, BB&T, CarQuest, Ford Fusion. That sounds good, by the way. And let them know that, you know, I'm here to stay.
This weekend, if you're a fan of short track racing, you now have someone to pull for. Someone who races with heart and has been before you at your short track in Virginia and the two Carolinas. You may have seen him in the Camping World Truck Series, but this time it's for real. Timothy Peters, his dream is coming true.
I mean, if you want to really get back how it all started, it started running at Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company with a go-kart back in 1989. And from there, we had a lot of success and then moved into four wheels with a Legend car and then late model. I would say the first short track that I went to was South Boston, Virginia. You know, I'm from Danville, Virginia, and it's very local. I was so young that I didn't have a driver's license, but I had to have a special letter to get out on the racetrack. And my first four races in a Legend car, we won. And from that point on, it's like, you know, maybe there's something that can happen as long as you put your mind to it. You know, perseverance is very big in this business. There's a lot of no's, but it only takes one yes. And I just knew then that if I could keep my nose down and just keep doing it and treat it 100% and not do it halfway, it only took one yes, and here we are today.
Well, hopefully we can give him the opportunity to take and showcase his talents. And then again, he can help us showcase some of our talents. So I think naturally it's just going to be a win-win for everyone, hopefully.
Opportunity presented itself to go to Martinsville with RBR and Mike Hester and all the guys here inside the shop to run their Black's Tire Ford F-150. We went there and hit it off right out of the hauler, you know. Get along great with Mike Hester, the crew chief here that leads these guys. Ronnie Griffin and Mikey Hammond. There's three guys in this shop, Bill, that put their heart and soul into a Cup Car, into a Camping World truck. And I want to go into the fire with those guys because you can't beat heart. Look what Daytona, look at their result at Daytona. They went there, they made the show, finished top 15 and had a little bit of adversity and had to go to a backup car. That's a win, in my opinion.
Well, it's all about family, and like I say, hard work pays off, and with the dedication that everyone has, hopefully it can be a successful weekend.
I've had this dream for a long time, ever since I was a little kid. I'm 37 years old, and now I have an opportunity, thanks to Ricky and everybody inside the race shop here, for pulling for me to help Ricky make that decision to put me in the seat of his Ford Fusion. So prayers are answered for sure. None of us are given tomorrow, and none of us are entitled to anything. I'm just a very lucky man that got the opportunity to fulfill my dream, as you say, and go to Talladega where I've had success at, and see what we can do.
1989, a young driver got his career started with a go-kart, then a Legend car, and then he was at the short track. And for those of you who are fans of the sport, especially those of you who attend short track racing, you've got somebody to pull for, and he'll be at Talladega this weekend. All of you fans need to realize he worked hard to get there. Now we want to see him take the checkered flag. It's NASCAR Short Track Racing at Myrtle Beach Speedway. And it's brought to you by NASCAR Racing Experience, the true NASCAR driving experience here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Daytona 1, performance and beyond. Renegade Race and Performance Fuels. Bell & Bell. Buick GMC, the official vehicles of Myrtle Beach Speedway. Petty's Garage, performance vehicles since 1949. Visit Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Visit myrtlebeach.com. Husqvarna, Cannon small engine specialist, located in nearby Conway. Hoosier Racing Tires, tires designed for champions. WPDE, ABC 15, for the PD and South Carolina's Grand Strand. CarQuest Auto Parts, great people, great products, great prices.
The lights are off on the Bell & Bell Pontiac GMC pace car. It is ducked into turn number 3, and Brian Barnhill has control of our field. If you look down in turn number 4, you'll see 2 white painted lines. When our leader gets to that second painted line, it's time to press the loud pedal and go green flag racing at Myrtle Beach Speedway. The field is away and clear through turns 1 and 2. Sam Yarbrough on the outside looking for the early lead over Barnhill. Yarbrough had a great start on the green flag and has maintained a half car length out front of Barnhill all the way around the track, and now takes the position outright altogether. Sam Yarbrough, previous track champion and previous Myrtle Beach 400 champion, leads here at Fan Appreciation Night for the Horry County Fair. Barnhill falls into second, McDowell into third. Matt Cox riding the outside line in fourth. The leaders at the front of the pack now following single file. Racing action going on at 8th place and back. Yarbrough running very, very fast lap times out in front of this field. Definitely not holding anything back. Determined to maintain that lead, setting a very quick race pace at this point. Racing action back in 8th place. Lucas Williams and that number 11 Ford battling the 18 of David Roberts for position. Williams on the outside. Roberts on the inside, followed by Chris Throckmorton in the 63. Yarbrough begins to put distance between himself and our second place driver, Bryant Barnhill. He stretched his lead out now to 3 car lengths. Running a very classic line, tight down through 1 and 2. Entering a little higher in turns 3 and drifting up to the wall coming out of turn 4. Most of the field running single file this time. Jeremy McDowell on the back bumper of Brian Barnhill coming out of turn number 2, looking to put some pressure on him for that second position. Matt Cox still rides in 4th. And Sam Yarbrough continuing to put distance between himself and the rest of the field. Jeremy McDowell on the inside of Barnhill. Definitely better in turns 1 and 2 than Barnhill, but once they get back to turn 3 and 4, doesn't gain quite as much ground as he does on the opposite end of the racetrack, and he's on the inside, makes contact. Barnhill is able to maintain control and pull away a little. That run caused McDowell to lose a little bit of momentum. Again, McDowell on the inside, racing for second place. He's inside of that blue number 17 of Bryant Barnhill. Barnhill tends to get a little faster line coming out of turn number 4, and McDowell makes it up in between turns 1 and 2. Sam Yarbrough, your leader. Brian Barnhill in second. Jeremy McDowell in third. Matt Cox in fourth. Justin Hicks now feeling pressure from Justin Milliken for fifth place. Milliken on the inside coming out of turn number 2. He's been trailing McDowell the entire race. They're entering turn 3 and about to exit 4 at this time. The black 02 of Milliken versus the white 83 of McDowell. That is for position on the track. Milliken has the inside line. It looks like he probably completes the pass coming out of turn number 2. McDowell has been consistent, but has recently in the last few laps started to fall back just a touch. Barnhill begins to cut into the lead of Sam Yarbrough up front. Now he's dropped into 4 car lengths, whereas it was 6. Still dealing with lap traffic. Big Ed Williams in that number 10 pulls off and retires in turn number 3, but Barnhill still reeling in. Sam Yarbrough coming out of turn 4 right now. 8 laps to go in our first 40-lap late model stock car feature race here at Fan Appreciation Night for the 3rd annual Horry County Fair. Thank you for being with us here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Watching Barnhill exit out of turn number 4, obviously has a little bit of a loose condition on that race car, meaning those rear tires are sliding out from underneath that car just a little. Did a great job of maintaining control, but he seems to have stalled about 4 car lengths behind Sam Yarbrough. Sliding that car around the turn that way is definitely eating up that traction and that rubber on that tire. And running 2 races in one night, the traction and tire wear that you get is definitely key. Yarbrough now coming out of turn 4. He's going to have to deal with Scarpelli, a lap car once again. 5 laps to go. Chris Throckmorton and Ryan Glinsky deeper in the field, racing door to door for 11th to 12th place. Glinsky has an ill-handling race car. Watching him enter the turns, he's having to very gingerly work that race car through the turns. It looks like it's very loose whenever he applies the brake. Having difficulty completing that pass on Throckmorton. Yarbrough still your leader. Brian Barnhill in second. Jeremy McDowell third. Matt Cox in fourth. Justin Milliken by himself in fifth. And Justin Hicks rounds out our top 6. Lap times have continued to fall off, more than a full second slower than our fastest times of the race. 2 laps to go. White flag will be in the air for our leader, Sam Yarbrough, as he comes out of turn number 4. He's led this race from the drop of the green flag. No one close to him other than Bryant Barnhill, who can see him, but I don't know that he's going to have enough time in this final lap to close that distance and try to put any pressure on him whatsoever. Watching your leader coming out of turn number 4, that black number 20, Sam Yarbrough, previous track champion, takes the win in the first of 2 40-lap late model stock car feature races.
Fun for everyone. The Horry County Fair at the Myrtle Beach Speedway, April 20th through the 29th.
This year's Horry County Fair will be bigger and better than ever. Where families can bond, youth can learn, and all can make lifelong memories. With amazing rides, agricultural exhibits, free live entertainment daily, and great fair food.
Check out all our great theme days at the fair. Go to mbspeedway.com. The Horry County Fair, presented by Visit Myrtle Beach.
Black's Tire knows that it's hard to find someone you trust with your vehicle. That's why we invest in our people. We train our ASC certified technicians to be the best in the business. We trust our staff with our own family safety, and we offer only quality tires from Goodyear, Cooper, Michelin, and more. When it comes to keeping your vehicle in top shape longer, we are in this together. Black's Tire and Auto Service. Let's go together. Online at blackstire.com.
Black's Tire and Auto Service. Let's go!
Green flag flies, and we're off to mini stock racing. Fulford again immediately jumps out to a 1-car length lead. Candiotti in second, Evans in third. Sean Gibson, and that number 23 is our 4th place car. Dub Fulford in 5th in the 72. Lionel Jewell in 6th in the 11. And Wyatt Gardner, party on Gardner, in that number 83 car, rounds out the field. They're door to door coming out of turn number 2, going towards the backstretch, and Gibson pulls out by a fender. He maintains that entering to turn 3, but Evans battles back. Halfway between 3 and 4, Evans has got that Mustang turning just a little better, and they're still side by side coming out of turn number 4. Evans does a little bit of a slide job, goes high and moves low. Tries to push that momentum through on the inside of Gibson in turn number 1. He makes a little bit of contact. Gibson's still with him. He rides that fender all the way around turn number 2 until Gibson has no choice but to let him go by. So Evans using the chrome horn, making his way through there on a pass back. Not sure if there was contact whenever Gibson made his initial pass, but I definitely saw contact whenever Evans passed him back going into turn 1 and coming out of 2. This may not be over. Gibson seems determined to get to that inside fender on Evans, but Evans drives away once they get to the middle of the turn, so he's turning a little better. Meanwhile, Willie Fulford continues to pull away. He's got 2/3 of a straightaway between himself and the 2nd place cars. All that racing door-to-door rubbing has allowed Candiotti and Dub Fulford to catch up with Evans and Gibson. Evans still maintains 2nd place, Gibson in 3rd, Candiotti 4th, Dub Fulford 5th. Gibson on the inside of Mark Evans coming out of turn number 2. Gets the position. Let's see if he can hold him off. Evans has been making his car work really well on the high side, maintaining that high momentum. Gibson on the inside still battling back. They're door to door across the start-finish line, entering into turn number 1. Gibson barely has him by a fender. Now Evans back on the outside. They're door to door. You couldn't put a needle between them as they go down the backstretch, entering into turn 3. Gibson fighting for position, fighting for that 2nd place. Evans rolling high, wide, and handsome coming out of turn number 4, maintaining that momentum. And all this racing is allowing Candiotti to move up and set his eyes on 2nd place as well. Sean Gibson takes over 2nd place by himself. Now Mark Evans has got to compete with Ken Candiotti for 3rd. Candiotti has the inside line. Evans again on the outside. He's had success maintaining that high line with high momentum. Evans may have used his tires up, pushing Gibson so hard for the passes earlier in the race. He has fallen quite a bit. White flag is in the air for the leaders. Willie Fulford, barring some sort of major issue with the race car, will not be challenged for the win. The question at this point, will Ken Candiotti get a run on Sean Gibson, looking for 2nd place? Willie Fulford in the 70 car takes the checkered flag and the win at Myrtle Beach Speedway's Fan Appreciation Night at the Horry County Fair.
My wife told me the other day, I either win tonight or I'm quitting.
Now what brought this on, because I was talking about all the Fulfords, including little Adam, who wants to drive a car, your dad, who has driven since I can recall back in the early 70s, your brother's now on a truck, all of you have championships here. Why would you want to stop?
I don't want to stop, but she told me I hadn't won a race since June of last year.
You're in victory lane now. Is that going to get you a little reprieve?
Yeah, it will. I'd like to thank Fullwoods Auto Service and Towing for all their help and my family.
Bell & Bell Buick GMC is at the Big Red Bell in Little River and all the way to here. GMC Commercial Line, Sierra, Yukon, Acadia, Terrain, Buick Enclave, Envision, Encore, LaCrosse, Regal, Cascada, pre-owned. Bell & Bell has the vehicle for you and will make your shopping experience fun and easy. Come to Bell & Bell Buick GMC today and see the difference. All roads lead to Bell & Bell.
Our pace car ducks away into turn number 3. Now listen to these cars. Kevin Barnhill, our leader, has the option to start the race at the second white painted line, and the green flag will be in the air. Listen to those RPMs come up. And the green flag is up. We're Charger racing at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Barnhill has a good start and maintains that lead all the way into turn 1, but Hicks on the outside battles back, coming up on the outside of turn 2 and dives deep into turn 3 and brings it back door to door. Coming out of turn 4, Hicks on the outside making that momentum work and takes the lead by a bumper cover over Barnhill to lead the first lap. Brian Owens in third, Kevin Ellis in fourth. Tom Hudson in fifth. Alex Hicks extends his lead to 1.5 car lengths over Kevin Barnhill. Owens in that blue, black, and white number 9 on the outside, looking to chew on Barnhill's right rear quarter panel as we speak. Racing action for second place going into turn 3, coming around to 4. Owens maintains that position and takes over second place all to himself. Barnhill falls back to third. Kevin Ellis in that orange 23 is your fourth place car. Tom Hudson in the 54 is fifth. Alex Hicks and Kevin Barnhill, our first and second place cars, will bring us back around, and we are green flag racing in Charger Division. Heavy racing action up front. Brian Owens gets a jump on Hicks, takes the inside line, takes the position away. Kevin Barnhill back to the lead going into turn number 3. Owens looking on the inside. Hicks on the outside. We're almost 3 wide coming out of turn number 4. Hicks demands that outside line, and Barnhill has to yield it, but Barnhill maintains the position. Barnhill inside, Hicks outside, Owens right on their rear bumper. Knowing how these cars handle, these drivers are experienced and know that that restart is crucial. Alex Hicks battles back on the outside, retakes the lead with authority over Kevin Barnhill. Owens has dropped back again to third. Kevin Ellis in fourth. Randall Roberts in that restart bumps himself up to fifth. 17 laps to go. Alex Hicks picks up right where he left off, leading this field. Maintains position. They've paired off in their front 4. Hicks, Barnhill, Owens, and Randall Roberts is the mover in the second half of the race. As I said before, Roberts is a previous track champion in our Charger division, multi-time winner. Got a little trouble down at turn number 4, a couple of cars involved. Green flag is in the air. We're back to racing in our Charger division. Kevin Barnhill on that inside line takes the lead into turn 1 from Alex Hicks. They're still door-to-door out of turn 2, leading down the backstretch, but if they haven't checked their rearview mirror lately, I would. Randall Roberts in that black 70 car has picked this field to pieces, car by car by car, and is now up competing with our leaders for the lead. Hicks on the outside, Barnhill on the inside, and Roberts on the outside. It's a 3-man race, and you could throw a blanket over the lead car and catch all 3 of them. Hicks pulls out to the lead by himself. Barnhill and Roberts now competing for second place. But all 3 still very tight together. It looks like Barnhill and Roberts are better in 1 and 2, while Hicks is better in 3 and 4. And pretty equal down the front and back straightaway. I can tell Randall Roberts is pushing that race car. He wants that lead. He knows it is time to go if you'd like to win this race, and he's trying to make his own lane. They're going 3 wide off turn number 2. Randall Roberts on the inside, Hicks on the outside. Roberts wisely has to back off as they enter into turn 3. Barnhill still your leader, just barely over Hicks, but Hicks battling back on the outside. He may have led that last lap. He did. Now, because of all that tight racing, they've allowed Chris Granger to catch up with him with that black number 11. And it's going to be a 4-man race to the finish. 7 laps to go. Hicks on the outside, Barnhill on the inside, Randall Roberts right on his back bumper, bump drafting down the front stretch. Randall Roberts looking for a lane to run in. He's got a fast car. I think all he needs is a little bit of open racetrack and clean air. Barnhill on the inside takes over the lead. Alex Hicks still on the outside, followed closely by Randall Roberts. Now Hicks on the outside. Barnhill pulls up in front. Still a 4-man race. Only 5 laps to go. Barnhill now puts 1 car length between himself and the 3-car battle for second place. Randall Roberts, very loose coming out of turn number 4, was able to save it and stay out of Alex Hicks's door. I'm sure Hicks appreciated that, but nonetheless, they're door-to-door down the backstretch battling for position. They're racing hard. I don't know if they continue to race that hard, if they'll be able to catch up with Kevin Barnhill. Barnhill now starting to put a little bit of distance between himself and the second place car of Alex Hicks. Roberts may have used his tires up. He suddenly falls back on the front straightaway and now settles into 3rd place on the backstretch. Chris Granger right on his inside quarter. So Roberts may have gone a little too hard, a little too fast, and used his tires up. Barnhill begins to pull away in the lead. Next time around, he should be seeing the white flag signifying 1 lap to go. They've stretched out now. Barnhill in the lead, Hicks in 2nd, Roberts 3rd, Chris Granger 4th. White flag in the air. The race is official. Barnhill maintains 5 car lengths between himself and Alex Hicks as he comes around turn 3. Sets himself up to turn 4, looks down that tri-oval and sees a checkered flag and a win here at Fan Appreciation Night.
I think Alex may have fell off just a little bit there at the end, and we didn't fall off as bad. So I got to thank Jack, and that's my son Jack, and of course Papa Jack. But Bradley Cooper, Jill, Grace is not here, but all the family, Chris, Bryant, everybody that makes this happen, Coy, Andy and George, thanks for being good fans and family. We just appreciate being here.
How close was the racing between you and Alex?
Yeah, we got down there in the corners, and it was just going to be a matter of who got off the corner better. We were just able to sustain some speed, and we outlasted them.
Do you have the need for speed? It's as real as it gets. Do you have what it takes?
So lights are out of the Bell & Bell Pontiac GMC pace car. So that means we're about to go green flag racing for 40 laps, late model stock car division. Listen to these cars come to life for that second painted line. They'll go hammer down, skinny, loud pedal on the right. Green flag is in the air, and we are underway. Roberts on the outside of Will Burns coming out of turn 2, but Burns manages to battle back on the inside, taking it into turn number 3. Roberts looks to the inside coming out of 4, but he's not quite got enough momentum. Burns on the outside maintains the position and leads the lap. First 4 cars line up single file. Justin Milliken, the early mover, all the way up to 4th place and looking for 3rd, just that quick. That Charlotte Electric Chevrolet number 02 looking for open racetrack and clean air, because he's obviously made adjustments over that break that has sped that car up significantly. Already looking for 3rd place with that front bumper chewing on our 2nd place driver, David Roberts, as we speak. Milliken on the inside has that car glued down. Roberts directly in front of him. On the outside of Roberts is Kevin Light in that 25. Meanwhile, Will Burns continues to lead by 2 cars. Coming out of turn 2, Light and Roberts battle for 2nd place. Justin Milliken rides in 4th. Tires are not quite up to race temperatures yet, so you're seeing a little bit of wiggle. These cars are wiggling on entry, they're wiggling on exit. Trying to sort out where their handling's going to be. Don't look now, but Matt Cox and Sam Yarbrough are chewing their way through the field. They're rapidly working in tandem, coming back up through, all the way up to 6th and 7th place already. Will Burns continues to extend his lead. He's out to 3 car lengths over Kevin Light. Justin Milliken makes his way around Roberts and takes over 3rd by himself. He's got Kevin Light in his windshield. And whatever adjustments Justin Milliken made to that car over the break have definitely worked and have definitely put him on that tight inside line, making fast laps. Jeremy McDowell again back in the mix, moved back up to 4th place again. He battled with our leaders throughout the majority of our original 40-lap feature race. And Sam Yarbrough on the move as well, takes the 3 wide on the front stretch, diving down into turn number 1, completes the pass over Roberts. Still in tandem with Matt Cox, working forward, trying to close that ground and get back in that top pack within striking distance of the lead. Burns in 1st, Light in 2nd, Milliken in 3rd, McDowell in 4th. Justin Milliken looks on the inside of Kevin Light. Light got a little loose, drifted up the track. Justin Milliken there to take advantage. Light could not shut the door in his face, and Milliken works out an inside line and may be able to take over. Roberts and that 18 car having some sort of issue has left the racing surface and on pit road. Meanwhile, Justin Milliken continues to work that inside line, takes over 2nd place by himself. He's got Will Burns in his front windshield and nothing but open racetrack. Looking for a line, looking for a groove. Burns has to run a little bit higher. Milliken on the inside. That Charlotte Electric Bell & Bell Pontiac Chevrolet is on a rail since the adjustments were made in the break between our initial race and this one. Burns has set a pretty quick pace. Not sure if they made adjustments to that car as well, but nonetheless, Justin Milliken slowly reeling him in. Back in third place, Jeremy McDowell on the inside of Kevin Light. Light continues to have handling problems. He's got an awkward entry into turn 1, and by the time he gets to 2, if he has any pressure behind him, he drifts up the track enough to give away the position. So McDowell now sets his sight to work and track down Justin Milliken. Milliken closes ground significantly in turn 1 over Will Burns. And Burns has got a rear view mirror full of Justin Milliken and that black 02. Milliken still running tight on the inside line. Burns running a little bit higher, especially on the exit of turn number 4. Sam Yarbrough continues to piece his way through the field. He's up in the 4th place directly behind Jeremy McDowell. He's past Kevin Light as well. Now you have to wonder at this point, 27 laps to go, if Justin Milliken is pushing hard or whether his pace that he'd like to run now to save tires is that much faster than everybody else. But he's on the inside of Will Burns in turn number 1 and door to door coming out of turn number 2. That inside line's working well. That race car's running nice and tight. And so long as he can maintain that pace in that same line, he's destined to make that pass on Will Burns. Jeremy McDowell begins to reel them down as well. McDowell's car in the first 40-lap race seemed to be set up for a long run. And once we were 15 or 20 laps into the run, really came alive, started making time on other racers and moving positions up the racetrack. Now Milliken on the inside of Burns for the lead. Coming out of turn number 4, they're turned door to door down the front stretch. Burns does maintain the lead for that lap, but Milliken still on his inside. They're wheel to wheel, door to door around 1 and 2, entering 3. Milliken's going to dive it in, try to turn it down nice and tight and see if he can come out of turn 4 with the lead. Burns on the outside, Milliken on the inside. Now Jeremy McDowell knocking on the door, thinking about making it go 3 wide as they enter into turn number 1. McDowell wisely thinks the better of it, backs off and allows Milliken to line. But Sam Yarbrough right on McDowell's back bumper and giving him a little touch. Says, hey buddy, remember me? We raced together before and you've got my spot. Here I come on the outside. Sam Yarbrough on the 20. Justin Milliken on the inside of Will Burns. Burns maintains the lead. Sam Yarbrough on the inside of Jeremy McDowell. McDowell having to run a little wider line. Looks like his car may have tightened up a little bit. Will Burns continues to battle back on the outside of Milliken. Now you have to wonder how much tire wear they're causing by battling door to door, wheel to wheel, lap after lap, when Sam Yarbrough is behind them and can essentially choose whatever race line he wants to run. Yarbrough all over the rear bumper of Justin Milliken. Milliken gets a nice run out of turn number 2, but Burns won't give up the position coming out. Going down the back stretch, Burns maintains on the outside. Justin Milliken on the inside, followed closely by the 20 of Sam Yarbrough and the 83 of Jeremy McDowell. Justin Milliken takes the lead coming out of turn 4 down the front stretch. So Milliken by himself out front. Sam Yarbrough on the inside in second place. On the outside, Will Burns. Burns' tires may be going away. We're halfway point of the race, and Milliken is in the lead after battling back from halfway through the pack at the drop of the green flag. Sam Yarbrough on the inside of Will Burns, and I don't think he's going to settle for second. He's got Milliken within striking range, and it is a very, very well-running race car at this time. Yarbrough looks on the outside, gains ground between 3 and 4, and he's on the outside of Milliken now. Will lead that lap. Sam Yarbrough takes that lap. Milliken on the inside line. Yarbrough is able to change his line. He made all his passes on the inside as he needed to. He went to the outside on 3 and 4, completed the pass on Milliken on the front stretch. So now Yarbrough, your leader, Milliken in second, McDowell in third, and Will Burns has dropped back to fourth. Now to the inside of Justin Milliken goes Matt Cox looking for third place. Milliken's tires have fallen away, and it's very difficult for him to battle back against these folks racing for position. Cox still on the inside. Still working on Milliken. Sam Yarbrough is your leader. He's got 12 car lengths on Jeremy McDowell. Closest racing on the track right now is for 3rd place and 5th place. Back in 5th, Will Burns and Bryant Barnhill, who was our original pole sitter in our first race, racing for 5th place. Sam Yarbrough maintains that 10 to 12 car length lead over Jeremy McDowell. McDowell holding off Justin Milliken, who's holding off Matt Cox. 7 laps to go. Closest racing on the track right now for 5th place, Bryant Barnhill and Will Burns battling it out door to door for 5th place. Five laps to go. Matt Cox had a little look at Justin Milliken in 3rd place there as they went into turn 1 and halfway through 1 and 2. Milliken's able to hold that position coming out of 2. But Cox seems to have a little better turning race car in the middle of 1 and 2. Dives down to the inside of Milliken, looks again, but not quite able to make up as much ground as he did on the previous laps. Three laps to go. Sam Yarbrough still your leader, followed by Jeremy McDowell. He is not within striking range. 3rd place, Justin Milliken. He is having to fight off Matt Cox for that 3rd place spot. Cox on the inside going into turn 3 looking for that position. He drove it in deep. He got it to stick, but it looks like Milliken's going to have that momentum going on the outside. Cox still on the inside of Milliken, working into turn number 1. He wants that spot. He needs that point. He's running for a track championship. Both of these racers are through the course of the entire season. As Sam Yarbrough, our leader, comes out of turn number 4, he sees a white flag in the air. Final lap to go. Can he make it to 40-lap main feature race wins tonight? So long as he can keep it shiny side up, he looks like he will not have any competition. And Sam Yarbrough comes out of turn number 4, hammer down, and wins the 2nd of 2 40-lap feature late model races.
A lot of hard work goes into these cars. We've won, I guess, every race this week, this year. Man, so much help we have here at the track. Otherwise, it would be a real struggle. Everybody from Robert's part of the crew, everyone we bring, everyone we help, everyone is willing to lend a lending hand.
One little problem there. Who drew the pill that moves you back to 9th? All of a sudden, did that worry you at all?
Well, of course it was me. I either had 8th, 9th, or 10th, so at least it wasn't the worst. But we had a really good car in the first race, and I knew a lot of guys behind us were slipping and sliding. That first race was tough, man. Barnhill was strong. It was all I could do to stay where I was. They did a really good job tonight. You know, I got to thank everybody from Elliott Sawmill, or Elliott Trucking, and Jim Whitehead Auto. And
when you run that hard, though, you ran hard in the first 40.
That was all I had.
And that's all you had. But then, what did you do in between the races? Did you make any adjustments? Because you had to be concerned about the tire wear.
Yeah, this track's tough on the tires, so everybody usually swaps tires around, try to put the good rubber where you need it. And we just made the right changes tonight. And it was really bad for a few laps there in the beginning, but once everything worked its way back in, I was just able to find the grip on the track and make some passes.
It's NASCAR Short Track Racing at Myrtle Beach Speedway. And it's brought to you by NASCAR Racing Experience, the true NASCAR driving experience here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Shalot Electric Stores, the area's best choice for all of your electric needs. Palm Charter High School, the only motorsports high school in the nation. Black's Tire and Auto Services, tires and auto repair in North and South Carolina. There's a location near you. Ocean Lakes Family Campground in Myrtle Beach, named the 2017 Mega Park of the Year. Darlington Raceway, the track too tough to tame, home of the Southern 500. Circle K, take it easy.